In terms of a legacy, I'd like to, well, let me recite a saying that I picked up out of a book. It said, push back against the age as hard as it pushes against you. I kind of look at life, and most people do, I think, in 4 quarters. You know, there's that 1 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80. So in that first quarter of life, 1 to 20, I thought I knew God. But as I reflect on it, fortunately, God knew me. And I look back at some of the reckless decisions and shameful behaviors that I had during that time of life and realize that He was really giving me cover. And I wouldn't see that until hindsight, after I'd accepted the Lord, and I look back on my life and I look at all those times that things could have just gone off the rails, even to the point of death, and think that the Lord's hand was upon me, saving me for a relationship with Him. You know, I was married, starting to raise children, trying to get established in my career. And so it's toward the end of that second season when I went to the Cursillo and met the Lord. And that was just a significant change in my life. It was interesting because my wife told me that after I came home from that weekend all zealous, that I would be tested. She says, expect that you'll be tested. Well, the following week I found out that I was going to lose my job that had been eliminated. So during that second season after I met the Lord, He had other things in mind for us and brought us into the desert. And then in the third season, I really began to go deeper in my faith. I started getting involved in Bible studies. I started teaching Bible studies and facilitating them. The fourth season of life, which is the one I'm in right now, things were good. Empty nest, kids are gone, raised, off the payroll, things are good there. And then there was a speed bump. My wife got breast cancer. During that period, I never got angry at God, like, why is it going this way? Why does it have to end this way? I thought, the Lord's will in this will eventually be apparent to me. But it was an opportunity to even take my relationship with my wife even deeper. I can remember a few days before she died that I just asked her, I said, are there any wounds that I've caused that I need to ask forgiveness for? And it was one of those priceless moments because she said, I've never felt more loved. So that was kind of, little did I know when we had that conversation that within 2 or 3 days she'd be gone. So it was really a nice way to end our life together. So after several months, I talked with Mark Buckley and said, Mark, you know, I'm feeling isolated and kind of lonely, and I'd like to try to find a companion. And his answer was straight out of Genesis. He said, it's not good for a man to be alone. And as an example that you can teach an old dog new tricks, I went online, used social media, went on Christian Mingle, and connected with my second wife, Angie. In terms of an overarching theme, I think I can really only respond to that in the current time. I can't go back, way back, and say this was my theme going forward, other than at the time, I wanted to be a good father, a good family man. I wanted to be full of integrity and honesty in my life. But as I look at an overarching theme now in terms of how do I want to finish, and how do I want to finish strong, I think that theme would be build on the past, always be consciously grateful for what the Lord's done in my life. And whenever there's a scintilla of doubt, just look back on how He's gotten me through so many problems. The Lord's always been there. He's never failed me, and I know He'll never fail me in the future.